welcome to the launch event of the Squirrly SEO app. So happy that you're here and that you're part of this event so we can show you a little bit more about what we have for you right now and what you'll see with our tool in the future. I'm Alexandra, Pepita the CEO, and before we get into everything else, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me properly. So for that, I just want to ask you just to leave a comment there in the chat section so I just know that you are here with me as you're getting into the live event and that you can hear me properly. So, okay, great. So I see that. Great. So I know that everything is working properly. Great. So before we're going to get into the topics that I want to address today and to show you a little bit more about how hyped we are that we're going to be part of this Shopify community with our app, I just want to thank the team at Chief Content for all the help that they've given us in this marketing campaign and launching this app on Shopify. They have this great site. If you haven't been there, please go and check it out. Subscribe to their email because they have great resources that they're sending out. This big shout out to Christina and to April that have helped us in this marketing campaign. But as I was saying, I think that most of you already know about the site because they have been a big partner in our campaign. And so you've heard, but probably from them, a lot about search engine optimization and why it's really important for your marketing campaigns as an online store owner, because the way that everything is shifting on Google and on everything that we're doing throughout the internet, either if it's for social media, it is somehow connected back to SEO, to search engine optimization. And for that, we have wanted for a long time to bring the Squirrly tool to you as well, because we believe that online store owners have a lot to gain from having access to it. And here it is. So we're now on the Shopify App Store and you can find this here. I'm going to put a link to the app in this the description of the video, and also in the chat section later on when I'm going to answer questions at the end of the event. So if you have anything in mind that you'd like to ask me either about the tool or about online marketing or about SEO, you can wait until the end of the event and we're going to do a Q&A and find out what questions you have and how can I help you on that perspective. And that's probably when I'm going to add the link to the app there. Okay, so welcome again to all of you that have come to the event, and let's see what we're going to talk about today. So before we get into all the topics that are really important to address today, and they're about SEO strategy, not just about our tool, you should probably know who we are, because you've heard about SEO from Chief Content probably or from other sources on the internet. But who is Squirrly really? Well, we are an SEO company based in London, and we have an amazing team of developers and marketers that are constantly working on making SEOs really simple and accessible for everyone that is on the internet. Everyone has a site nowadays. Some people are doing business with it. They have an online store, as you are, and we've been at it as a company from 2012. And we've launched lots of products, but the first one that we did was the Squirrly SEO plugin for WordPress. And with that, we've ended up helping, even from the start, 49,000 users with an increase in traffic of 2,085% compared to what they had on average before using Squirrly SEO. And this is on average. We even had clients that had 5 times the traffic that they initially had on the site just because they started using Squirrly SEO. And remember, this was the first version of Squirrly, so it didn't have all the features that you will have access if you start using the app today. Beyond that, we're also big online marketing teachers, and we've helped a lot of people. You can see here all the numbers, and you can also check them on our site, to become better marketers, on learning how to do SEO, with 5 courses that we have through email courses, but also with the course that we have on Udemy, and a lot of other resources that we constantly create to help our clients and different people on the internet to just use every tool that they have available to do a better marketing, to do a better strategy, because that way we're basically all having something to win, because we get to do the businesses and the work that we actually love. Yeah, and this is basically who we are. So we create great tools that make SEO simple for you, but at the same time we try to always create ways of teaching you, because let's face it, marketing online and even SEO, but not just this, it always changes with time. Like Google is changing what they're looking for, social media platforms are changing over time, and this is the reason why we think that teaching our users is really important and doing this constantly. Okay, so as I was said, we had the first product that we launched was the Squirrly plugin for WordPress, but we also launched since then other plugins for WordPress like Starbucks, and also we've also launched a web-based product, which is Content Loop, that could help you basically take action on the Google Analytics data that you've received. So it helps you analyze it and gives you insights and the actions that you can take to improve your online store. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we've learned in this 5 years since 2013, 2012, since we've launched as a company and we launched the product, in terms of SEO later on. But I really want to know, before we dive into what we're specifically going to touch on today, if there are any SEO issues that you've encountered as online store owners. And if you have, there are any problems that you've seen so far and you encounter maybe in your day-to-day marketing tasks that you do, please let me know either in the comment section below if you're not watching this live, or in the chat section. Okay, so it's good to see this. So people are still applying some SEO and you know a little bit about SEO. If you don't know anything about SEO, or you don't know what aspects you should be taking into consideration on this particular topic in online marketing, that's also okay. There are a lot of people that don't know so many aspects about SEO, so many things about it, and that's why we're here today, so we can help you more and make this really simple for you to apply, even if you don't have all the knowledge behind it. Okay, love the answers. Great. Now, what I want to tell you a little bit is what we're going to talk here today further on in the app launch. So we would like to talk today about what we've learned in this 5 years since we've been as a company. We're really involved in the search engine optimization field. Also, we're going to talk a little about what is keyword research and how do you find really good keywords. Why are they important? What are they? And I'm going to show you that how to do that with our app, but at the same time discuss a little bit about it, even if you're doing it with a different tool, what you should be looking for. Also, why it is important, what is a keyword portfolio, and why it is important to build one for your online store if you want to get in front of the right people at the right time. Okay, and then of course the aspects of optimizing a product description, which I really think is really important for all online store owners to do, because if you don't have someone that's creating the content for your site, specifically the product descriptions, it's really important to understand what are the key aspects you should be looking for. And of course, the last part that we're going to touch on is how an SEO audit can improve your work. And this is what it is really about, how it can make you focused and make sure that the tasks that you're doing for your store on the marketing aspects are really covered, and that's really important. Just to go on further here, we're going to touch a little bit about what we've learned. And now the first aspect that we've learned while we've done SEO for these years as a company and from our customers and the problems that they faced is that SEO is really important for online shopping. And how do we know that? Is because a big part of the clients that we already had for WordPress, for the WordPress plugin, were actually using WooCommerce, which is basically the way that they were building their online store. And it was really, really important for them to have proper SEO. And why is that? Well, as an online store owner, in many cases, you might start with ads. And I know a lot of we've had. They get like the site up and then they start doing ads, either if they're on Google or on different social media profiles and platforms. And that's great. Like, I think that ads is a great way of getting the first people there and getting the first traffic that you need there. But in the long term, this is going to be really bad for your marketing strategy, because you have to keep on putting a lot of money into ads to actually get the people you want back to your site, to get that sale, those real clients that you actually need. And from that perspective, SEO is important because it helps you create that long-term strategy. It basically helps you understand what people are actually searching for, what they want to find, how they're searching for it based on where they're from and the way that they are searching. And it helps you in getting there, like getting in front of them when they're searching for the right thing that they need. Because throughout the customer journey that they have, so let's say that someone wants to buy something, so a bigger purchase for them, they're going to search for several pages online and search for it. So if I want to buy a new car, I'm not just going to start and search for something and then just take the first purchase because it's a larger purchase. I'm going to search for it throughout. And even for smaller purchases, if it's not something that you specifically need, you're going to search for it several times because you'd like to get more details. What kind of a t-shirt can I get with this, I don't know, the latest show that I'm watching, and things like that. You're going to search for the better price. You're going to search to see if there is anything really interesting that you'd want to have on it. And this is the reason why you need to have that content. That content is going to get them to find the information as they want, even if it's not necessarily to purchase right now, and also to have a way to get back to them, to get in contact with them. And SEO can be really important from that aspect. What we've also learned is that if you optimize content, so even if it's 50% optimized, and I'll explain what I mean with 50% when we're going to go further into using our app, you get the results that you really want, getting in front of people, getting higher on those rankings on Google. And you can get that just with that aspect in many cases. If your site is built on Shopify, your site structure is really okay, and that means that you have a really good chance of getting in front of other competitors just by optimizing your content, which is a small task to do. Because backlinks are also important, and you've probably heard about that. But you can get a lot done even if you just optimize the content on your site. And lastly, we've learned how to build an SEO strategy, a proper SEO strategy that can take you further. But again, don't think that what I'm promising now is a special formula that it works for everyone and that will make you get on the first page of Google, first position today. That doesn't happen. It's a long-term game, and you have to keep on creating content, keep on improving your online store in order to get the best positions. But we do know how to get that strategy, and we do know that based on the goals that you have for your online store, that strategy is going to be different from the next store, and that there's not one key formula for everyone, but rather that you have the tools and the steps that you need to take, and it's going to be the work that you're going to put in is going to be a little bit different for each site. So this is what we've learned, and we think that's really important. Now, the main aspects of SEO that are really important, and the first one that I consider is really important, is the keyword research. And in order to get into this topic properly, I'm just going to start showing you a little bit how our app works. Now, The app is installed like any other app. You have 14 days trial, so you can try it for 14 days and you'll not be charged for using it, of course. But of course, you go to your dashboard, the dashboard of your site, and you go to the app section. And after you've installed it from the app marketplace, you're going to find it here. And once you're going to open it, you're going to get the dashboard for the app. So basically, it's going to tell you how many free trial days you have left if you're in the 14 days first of using it. And then there's more you can do with Squirrly today, and you can start and open it from here because your shop is already connected. You're always also going to get some information about each feature that you're going to have in the app right here. So basically the keyword research that we're talking about, it's going to help you find the right keywords and phrases that people are searching for on Google in order for you to have products or articles or different pages that you're creating that show up in the first results that people do find when they're searching for that. I'm going to go into the app and show you a little bit how keyword research works, but just wanted to let you know that here you have like the support. If you want to get in contact with us, you can send us a message here. You can also find us on our support page and on Twitter. So I'm going to give you those details afterwards. So I'm just going to open Squirrly from here. And you're going to get to the dashboard here. And you'll see how many articles you have optimized and different data about the usage that you have here in the top. And also it's going to show you a little bit about your audit score and how that has improved over time, and the tasks that you should be taking care of for your online store in order to improve it. Now here with time, it can even suggest you keywords that we found that would be useful for you. And here are other informations that we will see in the keyword research section here. If we click, you're going to need to find it here. So let's say that you have a store that is selling hair products for men. Now you're going to start wondering, how do I find the right keywords? What do people actually search? What type of words do they use? Should I just go for hair products? Should I just go for beauty products or other terms like that? And this is where keyword research really comes in to answer all those questions. Now, the way that you use the Squirrly app, okay, so here is the keyword research basically, and you can decide if you want 10 results, 20 results, or if you want more complex ones and want to find more long tail keyword opportunities. And then you can search for the country you are in. So basically, if you want to know how to rank for your specific region, your specific country, you can do that by choosing here the country. We have, I think, all of them or most of them at this point, so I don't think it's going to be a problem to find the country that you're focusing on. Again, I know that many people have asked me in the past, especially the users that we have from Shopify that I've talked to. They've asked me in the past if they can use keywords in other languages, because I usually do the presentations in English. Yes, you can use them in any language you want. You can just have to type them here. The idea is to find something similar that the way that people are actually using those particular keywords in search. So if you're doing a search for France, I do recommend that you write, of course, the keywords that you think that people might search for in French, because it's going to be the suggestions and every result that you're going to find is going to be probably much more relevant that way. So I was saying the example, so we have a store, a Shopify store, that we want to sell hair products for men. Here you have to put in at least 2 words to make it more specific. I'm going to add a really specific phrase, because the more specific you are, the better. So you're just going to click here, do the research. You can also add multiple keywords, multiple phrases like this if you want to see which one would be better for what you want to do in the future. And now we have here 3 keywords, and it's really good to see here the information that we have. So in the first column, we have the discussion. So this refers to the discussions people are having on this specific phrase on social media platforms. As you can see, there are very few. Usually, when you have more words in the key phrase that you're searching for, there are usually less discussions because people find different ways of writing and discussing about the same topic. Okay, then the search. So this refers to how many people are searching for this specific phrase on Google per month. And from this idea, the best one from this criteria would be the last one. So because this has the most searches, but even this one is a really great opportunity because it has more than 1,000 people that are searching for this particular keyword, key phrase. Okay, now the next one is, I think, the most important aspect you should take into consideration when doing keyword research, and that is competition. What does this mean? It means that on Google you have a page with results that are going to come from different sites. What we do when we're basically deciding on the competition of a keyword is we see who is already ranking for that specific keyword on Google, and we take the first 10 sites and we tell you if, based on their domain authority, could you rank with your own online store between those results. And if it's very hard to rank, that means that there are top brands, there are really good sites that are already there, and you can rank, but it's going to take a lot of effort, and you've got to get a really long-term SEO strategy with backlinks and a lot of other strategies in order to outrank the ones that are already there on the top 10 positions. That's why the best ones are usually the ones with good for ranking or easy to rank. Now, the last thing that we have here as an information about each keyword is the trend. So this tells us if long term this would be a good idea. If the trend is steady, that means that people keep on searching month to month, usually in the same proportion for this keyword. If the trend is going up, that's even better because more people are searching each month for that specific keyword. But if the trend is going down, then I would suggest that you wouldn't consider that specific keyword in a long-term strategy. Now, for my opinion, the first and most important aspect here is the competition, then the search, and of course the trend and discussions come last. Now, from what I've said so far, the best one that I would go for is this one, hair products for men with long hair, because it has a good search volume and is also easy to rank. And because I consider it's a really good keyword, I'm going to add it to briefcase. Now, the briefcase feature is basically the keyword portfolio I was mentioning in the first part of the video. And we're going to see exactly what it is here, but just wanted to let you know that there's also, you can use the keyword, and that means that you can start creating a product description or an article using this keyword and focusing on it. And at the same time, you can export this data either in PDF format or in XLS, depending what you want to do with it. And here are also the last 100. You're going to have the last 100 searches you've done on keywords saved here with all the results. So let's see here, like we have anime toys online, and you can see the results that we had for that search. Okay, great. So now you know a little bit what keyword research means. Now the next aspect that is really important in SEO, after you've identified some good keywords, so basically that you can rank for, but that also have enough search in order to actually get you some traffic back to your online store, we can focus more on the keyword portfolio. That is the next aspect. Basically, in the Squirrly SEO app, we call it briefcase. And this is what we're going to talk about. So what we have here is basically a few keywords that we found, then we added to the briefcase. And what this aspect of it helps you do is basically manage your keywords. Because once you have a lot of keywords added here, it's going to be really hard to know what keyword I should focus on. What should I be looking for if I have 100 keywords that I want to focus on? What are the ones that I should use for this specific product description? And the way that you can do that is basically by creating labels here. So let's say that you can see we have a lot of keywords that are for the anime toys. So we're just going to create a label that's going to be called anime. We're going to select the color. I just want to go for yellow today. Let's say or green. No, better yellow. Okay. And then we've added that label. And you can see that's here, the label, and you can it shows the name of it when you hover over it. And now we're just going to add it to all the keywords we consider that should be in this category. So we have that one, let's say this one as well. Okay. And now each time I want to search for something, and I know that the product that I have goes into this category of type of merchandise that I'm selling, you can just easily select this and then just search like this, and it's going to show you just those ones. But of course you can basically at the same time just search for, let's say, hair, because we had hair products for men. We're just going to do this and we can find this one, yeah, the one that we have here. And we can do the search if you want to see the information here with the country, the competition, the search volume, the discussions, and the trend. Okay, and that's the way that you can manage it. You could basically create labels for a lot of different aspects. So for example, the one I've created here is for a category. So if you have different product categories, you can create a label for each one of them so you have a better way of managing them. Another aspect that you could use the labels for is if you want to map out with the keywords that you're using the customer journey that I've talked about. So basically you have some keywords that you want to use in the awareness stage, and just let's create that. So let's say that you have like the awareness stage, and you create a different label for that, and then you have the decision stage and so on. And I'm just going to clear this and I'm going to click here show all. And basically let's say that we are going to use anime toys online for this stage as well. So now we have two labels. Yeah, so basically for each keyword that you're putting with these labels, you're associating them, also the category that they're in, and you can use this keyword for those products, but also you can know that they refer to a specific stage. So when you're creating different content, let's say articles for your site, well, okay, so this article that I'm creating is for people that right now they're just, they're thinking about merchandise for anime, but they're not really convinced into buying. And then in the decision stage, they're like, okay, so they want to buy something, but they want to decide if they should go for this hoodie or that hoodie, or if they should go to buy it from this brand or that brand, and I should make them decide to buy from my store. And that could help you with the keywords. And there are many people that are skeptical, in meaning that they don't believe that the keywords can influence in that way, that you can tell by the keyword that people are searching for customer journey. But it is true. Like, for example, anime toys near me or anime toys for sales can tell you very clearly that this is one of the last stages in the customer journey, because they want to buy this. The buying intent is there in the keyword. It's clear they're searching for something that is near them or that they can buy it. Where anime toys, just as a general keyword, is not going to be as helpful, because it's really general and you don't know exactly what they want to find when they're searching for something like that on Google. Okay, so these are the aspects that are really important for the keyword portfolio and the way that you can manage your portfolio. Going further, we're going to talk a little bit about content creation and optimizing product descriptions. Now, in the SEO Live Assistant, we basically can create and basically optimize two types of content the way that's created right now. So articles, but consider this any type of content that is not a product description. So basically landing pages, you can create the content here in articles, in the article section, and so on. And the product and the product description should be created under products, can be created here. So now here's an example that I created today, just so I can show you a little bit how it works. And basically you can see the title of the product that I've chosen, and also how it has been, what level it has been optimized until now. So I was mentioning at the beginning of this video of the launch event that the clients that we saw that had an increase in traffic were the ones that optimized at least 50%. So this is what I was referring to. This is the percent that I was referring to. And now the question comes, how can I make that be higher? Well, let's just click here and see the editor, and let's start doing stuff. What should I be doing? Well, that's really easy to know when you're using Squirrly, because you have the live assistant that tells you what are the tasks that you should be focusing on. So one of them is basically the URL, so that is really important in the link that is going to be created here to have the keyword. So here's the keyword that I've chosen. If you want to choose one directly from your briefcase, you see all of them are here, and you could just click use. At the same time, you can search in your briefcase based on the labels we already created. So that's why it was important, first of all, to do keyword research to make sure that we have really good keywords, that we're adding them to briefcase so we can manage them properly, and just then start creating product descriptions or optimizing the product descriptions we already have. Okay, so the example that I have here is on RWBA hoodie, which is basically an anime series. So we're going to put, let's say we're going to use anime toys, which is not the perfect keyword, but we could use that as a secondary, just to show you that basically you can use this as well as a secondary keyword. Okay, and then you have the first keyword here, so the one that we were mainly optimizing for. And here's the text that we have from the description. So look at the size first, ordering, a little bit of context here about the product, then the details and the images to show us how it looked. And one of the first tasks here is already green because the title is Google friendly, meaning it has the keyword in it, and at the same time it's not too long. It's shorter than 75 characters, which is really important for meta descriptions and meta information. Okay, and then the content should be Google friendly. This means that we should add the keyword at least 2 more times or delete some words, so the percent would be better. Let's just add here one phrase after the image at the end. Let's just say I'm just going to write here something just so you see how it works. Best quality. Did I write this right? Okay, so just in case you're wondering if you want to see this all the time, you can do this, and then it's going to be very simple to not forget what you're optimizing for, as I was doing now in this example. So yeah, this was best quality. See, and it's already, it's checked here that's over optimized. If it's green, that means it is good. If it's going to go red, it's going to explain to you what you need to do and why what is wrong with that particular aspect of the product optimization. And then we have here the info, so you can check the info as well. Now we also care if the descriptions are human friendly, because yeah, we want to end up on Google, but we also want people to click on the page, read the description, and buy the product. And that means that we don't want to use the term too often. But we're going to add the keyword first here. I'm just going to add it just to show you. It should be a phrase, of course, and that's really important. So that aspect is green as well, all of them, all 4 of them, because this is optimized as well. Now, the next extras that we need to take care of is to bold one of the keywords. Yeah, so let's just say we're going to bold this phrase that I wrote here. We just have the editor here. So that's one keyword that is bold, did or not, because of Grammarly. Sorry for that. That's probably why it doesn't recognize things properly. So let's see, have we bolded that? Now it is bolded. Yay! And you see this turned green. So I should be using the keyword in the headline. So this is one of the headlines. So let's say details and dimensions for the Ruby hoodie. And the last thing that I need to be taking care of is the alternative tag of the images. So that's the information to make sure that either the file name and the alternative text should contain the keyword, so it just makes it easier for that page to rank. That's one other aspect. But you saw how easy it was for me to just go from 38 to to 84. So that was what, 10 minutes? And we just used the keyword here and there, added 2 phrases, and it already was highly optimized. It's over 50%. It could already bring you lots of benefits to your site. So this is what we wanted to talk about basically in the product optimizations. There are a lot of little details that you should be looking at when creating the content and basically the product descriptions in your site in order for them to rank higher. But it is really easy to do it if you have the Squirrly app, because it tells you in real time. You saw that each task was turning green as we were accomplishing it. What you have to do, what's left to do on that particular piece of content, of written content. Now, next aspect we should focus on is the site audit. This is the last aspect from the plugin that we're going to talk about. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, is that the SEO audit is basically going to help you improve your work. And what I mean by that is that it's going to show you how to improve the way that you're doing your work. It's going to tell you, okay, so this is what is taken care of for your site, and this is what you should focus on because it's not going that great. And now we're just gonna walk a little bit through the audit that you're going to find here. Just to cancel. Let me just save this, all the changes that we've made, that we've improved this product description, and now we're going to go to the audit section. So the SEO audit. What I think that's really important here to see is that we have the overall score of the site, of the online store that we have here. You can request an audit if you want to get an audit sooner. That is available in the Pro plan. So basically to get more audits if you need them sooner. And you can also see an evolution. Now, as you can see, since we've installed the Squirrly app here and until now, we haven't really taken care of any of these 3 tasks that are suggested here. So our score has been basically staying at the same level, which is 84, which is not really a bad one for a site. But now we're going to go and see the audit and actually see what is happening. So the first aspect that you see here is a little preview of your online store on desktop and other mobile platforms, the overall score, and then the 6 aspects that we take into consideration, meaning blogging, traffic, SEO, social, links, and authority. And after that are the tasks that you have to do. You can click on each one of them if you want to get more information, either about the specific data that is concerning that task, or by what you should be focusing on and what you should be doing to improve on this. There are also resources you can read that can help you improve on this topic. Okay, so we're going to talk about those again at the end of looking on the audit. So the first one is the blogging audit. This is basically the one from the free trial that you're going to see in the first 14 days. And this is basically just for one page in your site. If you'd like to see it for all the pages in your site, it is available in the Pro plan. And basically you're going to have access to it once the payment after the 14 days is approved. Okay, so the first aspect that is really important when it comes to blogging is the posting frequency for the last 30 days. So we've been posting every day. So that means that we've put a new product up, or we've posted an article every day in the last 30 days. Okay, so does your site have a feed or a sitemap? Most Shopify sites have that, but you can find it here at sitemap, and you can check this link to make sure that it has all the links that you think that should be there, meaning that the Google can find all the pages in your site, so it can index them, look over them, and rank them in Google. Okay, so do you optimize articles for search? No, and this is a big aspect that is not going really well for our site, because we don't really have articles that are optimized for keywords. We're just created some content, but also take into consideration that optimized articles means basically the whole content from your site. So it can be articles, it can be product descriptions. That is also taken into consideration there. Okay, the next aspect is the traffic. So the estimate traffic that we have is good. And then it is the SEO aspect. Now, these are all the technical little things that you need to take care of for your site. So the meta keywords, so we have them, but as you can see, although we have them, they're not basically the greatest ones. So they're Browse the Store or Geek Store. Geek Store is a really good one for this particular example, but Browse the Store, that's really generic and maybe not the best keyword, but we can definitely find better keywords and make sure that they are in the meta keywords. So this is the information that Google is going to look on. This is not the information that your users, your clients will see on the page. Again, is your site search visible for search engines? So that means that basically you can have different pages that are not available, but this one is okay. Then the other different meta tags, that they're not duplicates, so you don't have them several times on the same page. That can happen sometimes if you have different SEO apps for Shopify. Then the duplicate titles, the duplicate descriptions, the empty titles and the empty descriptions. As you can see, we've done a good job there on this technical aspect. It just means that it's really important to have a meta description that shows Google how the preview of the page should look like, so they have a clear text to show. Because if they don't have a clear text to show, of course they're not going to rank you higher, because it makes their job a little bit harder to know what the page is about and what should they present to the user. Also, take advantages of those meta information, because they can be the reason why people click and come to your site. Okay, then again, do you have a title tag, which is really important, meta descriptions, canonical links that are created, robot file of the site. And again, for each aspect, there's usually research. You can look into them. So basically, you should focus on the ones that have a red hand, and if there's any aspect that's not done, you can click there and find out how to make this happen for your own online store. Now, the next aspect here is the social one, the next section. And as you can see, we're doing really well, because the average shares that we have per post and per product are about 164 shares, so we're doing really good on social. We do have share buttons on our site, and the total social impact, as you can see, is mostly on Facebook and Pinterest. Those are the spaces that we have the most shares, and it's basically going to tell you the overall shares for your site here. Okay, then the Open Graph Protocol. So what is this? This means that your products will look good on Facebook when you're sharing them. That's really important. You want those images to look good. You want people to be convinced by them and to come to your site and to purchase those products. Same thing goes for Twitter with Twitter card. You want those to look good there as well. Again, if there's follow me buttons. Okay, and then the really important aspect of links. Now, the some authority backlinks per post are really good. As we can see here, the outgoing no follow links, that's really good, because we have no follow links. So basically, when we're linking to another site from our articles, for example, we put this no follow, so the what we've built so far for our site doesn't go further through that link. And then the outgoing links, we just have 5 that. Now, the majestic backlinks, that means 50, not so many. What does this mean? Well, this refers to the fact, and there are only 7 domains, so we have 50 links for 7 domains. In order to actually make backlinks matter for your strategy, they need to come from a lot of different domains with high authority. That's what is going to make them actually impact your site, your online store, and makes those products show higher. And that means different people that are reviewing your product in a blog article and they're linking back to your product. So just because you have 7 domains that bring you lots of links, it is not enough. You have to have a lot of domains that are linking back to your site, to different products, to different pages, to different articles. This is a big part of the SEO strategy, and is something that you should have a clear way of improving on it in the long term. But as you can see, so these are just aspects that the site is not doing so well, and we already know what we should be doing for them. And in the long term, you can see the domain age is really good. It has 9 months now, and the Alexa rank is not doing so well. Again, this is going to improve as the site improves. And now at the end, you can either download this audit or send it via email to someone in your SEO team so they can help you if you have someone in your team, in your marketing team, just look, this is the data that we should focus on and this is what we should improve in our strategy. Or at the same time, just click here to see the tasks. So we saw that we should be moving forward with getting more links, but at the same time, something that we can take care of today is to optimize the articles, the content on the site for the specific keywords we have, and then again try to gain organic traffic to your site in order to improve that. So the organic traffic is the one that comes from search, that comes directly from email and things like that. That is basically people are coming organically to you or not doing it through ads or other aspects. Okay, and this was basically the last part, and I think that you've seen how the data can influence the strategy that you're actually doing and actually gives you some specific tasks that you should incorporate in your marketing strategy. So you know that you're starting with some keywords and you're doing a portfolio, you're managing them, you're creating the content, but at the same time you can see how your site is improving from week to week and how you can basically improve it yourself, what tasks you should be focusing on. So what we've touched on in this presentation, we've initially talked about what we've learned in this 5 years, and we've learned how to basically help online store owners as yourself to improve their marketing strategy by doing a lot of search engine optimization, how they can do that properly. We've learned how to make it easier for you in order to not have to have this SEO background, but actually just to know that this is the task that I should be putting in, this is what I need to accomplish, rather than knowing all the technical aspects behind it. I've showed you a little bit how you can do keyword research, what you should focus on, the main aspects. If you still remember them, you can leave me a comment below or in the chat just to let me know, just to have a little like a quiz at the end of the lesson. Also, building a keyword portfolio, why it is important, how you can manage it, and what different aspects you can use the labels for. And how to optimize a product description. You saw that it was really easy to move the needle from 34 to 86, I think, to basically improve that product description, and that is going to help it rank higher, more people to see it at the right time, and get back to your site, and most probably get to see and get to buy the products that you have listed there. And of course, the last aspect that we talked about was the SEO audit and how it can improve the marketing work that you're doing for your online store. So these are basically the main aspects that Squirrly can help you with. And before we go to the questions that you have for me today, I'm just going to answer one big question. How do you get the Squirrly SEO app? So as I told you, we're already here. We're on the app marketplace, and I'm just going to copy this link and put it in the comment section, in the chat section right now. Yeah, add it there, and I'm going to also add it in the description here, so just so you have it here as well. So even if you're not watching this live, you can basically see this link there and you can get the app. As I mentioned, we have a 14 days trial. So basically, you can start using it today and you're just going to start paying for it after that. Um, the app is $29 per month. And here you can see all the aspects that we've talked about a little bit. So it helps you, your SEO for the entire store. You get to find the best keywords for your own strategy. As I've shown you, I found one of them and I did have other options there, and you can focus it for your country and your region. And also it helps you manage your overall SEO strategy. So, and you can see more details here about the product if you're interested. As I said, here's the pro plan, and yeah, this is how you can find it. You now have the link. You can get access to it today. And something that I think that is really important for me and for us as a team, we're new to Shopify, so please leave us reviews, honest reviews. Let us know how we can improve this tool for you. We've had a lot of background in SEO, but not that much on Shopify. So we'd love to make this user experience of the app better for you in order to use it more, in order to gain those marketing, basically increase the traffic that you're getting and increase the sales that you're getting and have those marketing wins. So now I just want to see a little bit about the questions that you have for me. If there are any questions, please write them in the chat and I'm going to start answering to them in just a sec. We're constantly improving the plugin. This is really important. This is another aspect why it's really important for you to leave us lots of reviews, as many as you can, because we're going to take them into consideration and include them in our future updates. We're already working on a big update. And basically, if you're getting the product now, you're going to get the first big update in December and you're going to see the new features, but I don't want to spoil anything. We're already working on it and we already want to show you everything, but we just want to make sure that everything works properly, that all the data that you're going to get is the right data and everything shows you the great results. So look, we have one question. So what are the top factors you would consider for Google ranking? This is a really good question. I think we get this a lot, not just from the Shopify people from the community that we talked to until now, but also a lot of WordPress users and WooCommerce users. So, ranking factors. Well, I think that backlinks are really important, and I think that nobody's going to tell you anything else. So, like, if you want to have this extraordinary strategy, backlinks are really important. But for my personal opinion, I consider that you first have to find great keywords, as I've shown you today, because there are many industries and many niches that you actually want to go for with your store that have great keywords you could actually rank for just by finding the keywords and creating optimized content. So that means articles or product descriptions that are targeted for those keywords. So those would be two really important rank factors that I think that are crucial for any online store, because they can give it this big link. And besides that, of course, taking care of the technical aspect. But if you have a Shopify site, it has many aspects, technical aspects, that are for the whole site already taken care of, to say so. So it has you have good backbones. And yeah, of course, again, backlinks are really important. If you want to get in front of people that are already ranking for a keyword, you need those backlinks. You need to get high authority sites to link back to your products and your pages. Okay, so what other questions do we have here? Do we have questions? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the support and thank you for being here at the event. So just looking. Okay, so another question from Christina. Why did you launch the Shopify app? Don't know if I touched on this during the launch event, during the presentation, but the reason why we launched the Shopify app, so basically, yeah, I think you, okay, so I understand that she basically knows that we had the WordPress, as I presented, we had the WordPress plugin, and what made us come to the Shopify app marketplace. we learned so much from our WordPress experience, and especially from our WooCommerce clients, and we just felt that we need to share this information and the background that we had and the strategies that we had, and of course the tool, because we've incorporated all the knowledge that we have in this tool and making it easy for you to take care of your online marketing. And it just felt wrong to keep it just for WordPress users. Don't you think so, Christina? And basically, we just wanted to help more people like you guys, and that's the reason why we decided to come here. And I also think that the people that get to win the most online are online store owners, because I feel that you get to win more than I don't know, blog writers and other people like that, because you have the product there. It's clear what you want people to do, that you want them to purchase, and if you have a really good marketing strategy, I think that you can basically touch on those goals. Okay, so I think that this were the main questions that you had for me. Yeah. So if anything else comes to mind, or if anything comes to mind, or if you're seeing this not live, you're seeing this video afterwards, because it's going